Hi guys, this is Christy from the Be the Light YouTube channel, and I thank you so much for stopping by. I send you love today, tomorrow, and continuously. I wanted to go ahead and make another video on the meaning behind a super moon. I think you probably have at least heard of a supermoon. Hopefully you have been able to look upon one. They look extremely gigantic compared to the normal full moon, as well as super bright, radiant, and luminous. This is because they are lower down than normal and incredibly close to us. This heightened proximity amplifies not only its bold, stark presence, but also its energy effects. The supermoons have more energetic pull through their magnetism and gravity. The gravitational pull is at its utmost pinnacle, and this actually causes a much higher than usual tide movement. Regardless if you believe it or not, humans contain about 75% of water. I hope I have that correct. And the Earth is consists of at least the same amount of bodies of water upon itself. So imagine what the effects of this can be, just because it's a normal moon. But when you have a full moon, when you have a super full moon, there's even more frequencies that take place, because it takes the energy that's coming down from the heavens and from the sun and from the moon, and even out of the earth. She gives off her own magnetic pull as well, or frequency. And when all of this is taking place, energy in itself is a vibration, which is a frequency. I hope that makes sense. So a supermoon period is a time of high energy, and it's extremely powerful. It's intense. It's strongly felt, just like eclipses are. And I'm kind of reading here, so like myself, I have been very sensitive for the past few days. You are probably feeling this sensitivity as well if you are a sensitive individual who is really in tune. But you don't even have to be sensitive, because I know there are a lot of people who are not aware of what's going on who are feeling these effects. But when you, again, have awareness to what's taking place, it's not as bothersome. You can have emotional experiences, physical experiences, mental and behavioral effects that stem from the supermoon, or any moon in general. And this also will last for at least, it could, up to 3 days after the moon has, dissipated. And it's important to, during these times of moon energies, full moon energies, to be aware of your emotions. If your emotions seem to be off balance, you know that something else is taking place. Be aware then, correct it, and always reflect the frequency of love, the vibration of love. So, and the reason why I'm doing this video, again, because I received another message from myself that I won't give to you guys, because this is my personal journey, and if things are really fresh, I keep it to myself, and I enjoy the process. I find gratitude through it, and I see where it takes me. I know I am receiving something in the form of an upgrade. I know something is taking place, especially due to the lack of sleep. The sleep disturbance, especially during the time frame that I am waking up, is a pure indication of upgrades. But just because if you have not had disturbed sleep, it doesn't mean that you are not being upgraded. It's our consciousness that's being upgraded during this time. Our DNA could be changing and activating here a little bit as well. And I experience restlessness. I think I kind of probably said anxiety in one of my videos, but I think it's more of rest. No, it was kind of a mixture of both, I guess. I was anxious because I felt as if something was coming. Something was going to be taking place with me. And I wasn't worried about it. I just felt, I guess I should have said energetic is what I should have said. I was feeling a high energy that was coming in and giving me all kinds of energy in my physical form, yet I was still able to go to sleep, but I was waking up very early that day anyway. So during this supermoon, it's a great time to really reflect spiritually and see how you can heal yourself even on a higher level right now. And that is the purpose, again, of these full moons and then super moons on top of that. It is to release the stagnant and negative energy that we have been holding on to. We have to let go of old ways, of old energy that have been, lingering around and not serving us. Because now towards the end of this month, it's going to be spring. We every time we get this chance of clearing, it's important to actually to notice what is taking place in yourself, and others that get a reaction out of you. Those are things that are inside of you. So if you have had a recent argument, let's just say, and you felt negatively about it, and possibly, lashed out, those are things that it was a necessary argument to allow energy that has been balled up inside of you to come out. And every time you correct it afterwards, and go back and say, okay, and you realize what's taken place, and nurture yourself now, and face that you were not that person who was in that argument, who was negative during that 5-10 minutes or whatever it is, one day of negativity, and you can flip it back, okay, and to be the reflection of love. When you finally see what has taken place as a necessary cause, you can heal from it. And then allow the greater energy that is coming in. So I hope that kind of makes sense and helps you out a little bit more, especially, when, we are human beings here, and we're sent here to have a human experience on top of being our light self. So we will have occurrences take place, whether we like it or not. It's especially if you are in a negative environment, and I'm not saying all of us are in a negative environment, but a lot of us will be living in a high stressful situation. And again, all of that's taking place in your life is still happening to help you step into your light and your purpose. For instance, I have a mother-in-law who I take care of, and she has Alzheimer's. That has been really difficult for me. I've been married to my husband about 18 years now, and for the most of our marriage, well, all of our marriage, she has had some sort of mental issue that escalated to Alzheimer's. So in the very beginning, I didn't know that she had some sort of mental issue that wasn't taken care of medically. So when she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it became really difficult for me to flip it, to actually having that compassion. I had a lot of built up anger and animosity because of what I felt she was doing to me and not loving me, prior to her diagnosis. But then as I began waking up, to my light and purpose and love, I began realizing that. But still, it's like a huge process. 16, 17 years of not being aware of what was taking place within her. And now a year and a half of me attempting to correct it. And yes, I still have my days. I've gotten, within the last month, I have improved almost 100% compared to what I used to be. But I still have a little bit inside of me that needs to be released. Because I saw it before as an attack. I saw it before as a traumatic experience. And it does take time to heal from, even, especially if you're living it on a daily basis currently, when you can't get away from something and you have to face it on a daily basis. It's hard to heal. It's not impossible, but it is hard. And you need to have compassion for yourself as well, for whatever situation that you are experiencing in your life right now. It is still happening to bring you to your light. And I know that in time, this is going to make me the better person. I already am a better person, but I know I want to be better for myself. I want to be better for other people. And so I'm going to continue doing what I have to do to heal myself and correct the negative behavior or emotions that I retain on the inside. So I hope my story there kind of helps you in a situation that you might have. Of course, it won't be similar, but when we live in an area that we have to be, it's a little more difficult. But I would have said, years ago, that it was impossible to do because I was so negative and I was living in pain, whether emotional or physical pain, all the time. But now I live in love, and every day I am improving. I don't see it as an attack. I don't see it as a huge burden like I used to. And when you actually step into love, it becomes easier and easier and easier. And then every now and then you'll have a little slip up, but that's trauma coming out again. Regardless if it's based upon what you're actually experiencing now or something even from the past. But our situations that we are going through currently will help bring out the same emotion. So that's something I don't know if everybody realizes, is that, her having Alzheimer's is allowing me to heal trauma even from my childhood or a past life. When we heal from our trauma and past life trauma, it doesn't have to be the exact same situation. So we can have an outside source help us with anything that has kept us feeling fear-based. And how whatever situation is necessary to occur outside of us to bring up fear, it will. And the same thing goes for anger. Any other situation from your past will always make another situation in your current life take place to help you release anger. I hope that makes sense. Please let me know in the comments if all of this makes sense. I know I got off topic here with that. I only wanted to stick with the purpose of a super moon and what it has to do with you, but it is still healing our brokenness to give us something different. So, you know, I had an occurrence a couple of days ago that brought up some things, old stuff that I thought I was over with, yet I experienced it 2 days ago. So there's no shame. It's seeing what takes place in your life as a purpose to help you heal and to help you move on and to help you receive. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.